So Laura, let's talk about, my goodness, open house, right? That's one of the things that is really, conversion that should be going on right now. So talk to us, what is your most effective strategy that you guys use on your team? How do you guys do your open houses when you guys do them?
So we do our open houses in a pretty controlled way, and that really has led to 50% of our business on our buy side coming directly from open house leads. I mean, it starts, of course, when the property's first listed. We of course, we advertise the open house, and we advertise on social media like everybody else does. We also send out a just listed card with the open house on it, going out to 100 neighbors around the area, or around the subject property, and we make sure that that lands well before the open house. We will go. We're a little inconsistent on this. It depends on how much time and lead time we have on these listings, but if we can, we will try and do a neighbor's open house. And the way that we do that is we'll do that on a Saturday morning or even a Friday afternoon, and we will door knock maybe not that many, honestly, like 20 houses around, maybe on a Friday morning to invite them to a Friday afternoon open house. And that's really, of course, for listings, not for buyers.
Yeah, so 10 to the right, 10 to the left, and 15 across, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've tried twilight open houses. We've had some luck with that as well. But usually we're doing our open houses 12 to 3 on Sundays. The reason we want to do it 12 to 3 is because everyone else is doing 1 to 4. We want to meet those buyers first. And then we want to bring them or send them over to any other properties that might come on the market. So we have multiple of our team there. So this will be helpful for those of you with teams, but not individuals. But once we're there at the open house, we always have signs there that's sitting in the property, and we have tape and all that. So that the first thing we do is we put a sign on the door saying if there's a line, if this door is locked, please wait. We do that on purpose. We want the line. The sellers love the line. But more importantly, we are there to build rapport with buyers. We are, the house is probably already sold. We probably already have offers on it by the time we're running open houses on Sunday. So, what we're doing is we always have 3 or 4 of our team members there. We always have one person there that's there really just to talk to neighbors or any potential listings or take through people with clients. And then we have at least 3 people that are there for the buyers.
So when you lock your door outside, this is off script, so the people waiting, are you worried about those people leaving the line? Do you do anything about it?
And nope, not at all.
So
and
you
by
don't
the
put
way,
that QR code or anything like that for them to register?
Not yet. So, and in fact, it's a great conversation to have with them. By the time they've waited, especially in the freezing cold, and they come in and they're shivering and all of that, and you're like, well, we've been showing this house all week. We could have gotten you in with a private appointment. Why aren't you working with an agent, right? So that just leads into a very, natural conversation, because why are their agents sending them to an open house? Honestly, you don't want any of your clients going to an open house. You don't. So you should be taking them before an open house can even happen, because otherwise they're talking to us, and we're gonna have them building that rapport and going through the house one by one. And we do that partly for the owner's security of the house, but also because we want the opportunity to learn about that buyer. Now we do have a sign-in process which goes directly to our CRM, and it also pops up on there, are you working with an agent? If they're working with an agent, we don't poach anybody. So we will be okay, and actually we have one person dedicated there that walks people through with agents. But anyone else, our buyer's agents are there to walk them through and really build that rapport. Okay, well, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
You look like you had a question.
No, that's good. So you mentioned about social media, and do you use any other technology? How much do you push your open house on social media or using technology?
Not a ton, honestly. I mean, we push it through, the MLS systems, and we'll put up a Facebook ad or something. But getting turnout for our open houses in this market is not a challenge, so we don't really spend a lot of effort on that. But there's a couple things that we do that's more about the follow-up. So first of all, because we have our sign-in system go directly into our CRM, all the information's already waiting there for our agents at the end of the open house. Nobody has to go home and try and type out sheets, handwritten notes or any of that. It's already in their database, each buyer's agent, so they should be able to follow up very easily. But more importantly, before each open house, we do 2 sets of videos. We do a video of the entire house that my marketing person does. And then we do a video of each buyer's agent. Hi, this is Eileen. Thank you so much for coming to 123 Main Street. It was really nice to meet you. That's it, in the house. That email of the house goes out automatically by 6 a.m. on Monday morning. Just thank you so much for attending our open house. In case you want a reminder of what the house looks like, I forget what the wording is, but, basically, in case you want a reminder of what the house looks like, here's a video of that house. Those have a 95% open rate because those are going to people that were just in that house. And plus, this market moves so fast, they're remembering, they're like, oh my God, which house was that, right? I mean, you don't have a lot of opportunity right now to decide and make offers. So buyers do appreciate the opportunity to see the house again. But then that agent email or agent video goes out by text that night. So text to everyone, that Eileen met, that little hi, thank you for meeting us, or meeting me, whatever, it was nice to meet you at the open house, is going out that night to everyone she met at that open house. Well, then they remember her. And then when she calls to follow up, did you have any interest? Well, it's a lot easier. They remember who she is, and they have a visual. And they're getting a lot of responses from that as well. So people be like, oh my God, it was so nice to meet you too. Since when do people write that? When they meet you at an open house. But when they get that video, they feel like it's a little more personal and it's in that house. There was something else I was going to say about that. I just lost my thought.
That's really great because, what? Statistically, 9 out of 10 agents don't follow up after the open house.
Yeah.
So they can go to 10 houses, but only maybe 1 or 2 agents will follow up. And you want to be that agent because that's where your pipeline is, right? I love that video thing. That's actually really good.
Yeah, we've started doing it recently.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm going to take that from you, actually. That's a good one. I got to make sure I didn't know that. Because of listing is so, because it's a tight market right now, so some of the agent here may be sitting open house with other people, or they may be sitting for a team that, in that perspective, right? So when buy comes in, this question asked a lot of the time, right? So buy comes in, they say, you know what, I like this house, but I only want to work with the listing agent. What do you tell your team to say that to that person, how to convert that buyers?
First we ask them why. And usually it's because they think they're getting a discount. And then the easy answer is, well, no, you're not, because this may change, this answer, but for now the answer is, our contract is with the seller and, they're the ones paying the commission and we don't negotiate our commission with buyers. The rest of the answer to that is that, the importance of working with a buyer specialist, and that for every single house on the market, there's at least 25 buyers. We want to work with, right now on this property, we're representing the seller, right? We want to work with the people that are serious buyers. Serious buyers aren't jumping around between agent to agent. Serious buyers to us are people that are committed to working with an agent, whether it's one of us or someone else. We just want somebody that's serious, that's really, committed and loyal, and those are the types of people that win offers and, aren't. We like to reward loyalty.
So with someone, let's say, one thing you tell the audience today, that was the most important thing when you do open house, to make sure that you can actually convert this buyer become your client?
The most important thing, it's listening as you're going through. There's no magic in this business. There's nothing new. Listening and understanding what their motivation is and what they like about the house and what they didn't, or, and how to address those concerns or make them feel heard is important. Knowledge about the area and what is sold is important. Actually, one thing that we do on purpose, if we can, if we know we have a number of listings coming up in the same price point, we want to list them week after week after week. We don't want them all going out on the same weekend because we don't want our own teammates cannibalizing themselves, like meeting the same people at the same open houses. We want it to be, and then, a lot of this happens organically because they see us week after week after week. They're seeing the same people at the same price points, and they're like, oh my God, you guys list everything. Then, of course, they want to work with us. So,
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Really appreciate
thank
it.
you.
We could do
Oh,
a selfie.
another selfie?
Yeah, it's just you.